Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a little bit of a story, and I figured what better to tell a story than a nice quick session of Power Wash Simulator. If you've never seen this game before, you power wash. It's pretty simple. Just realized that the game wasn't recording sound, so now you can actually tell what it sounds like. So recently I uploaded a video for Potion Permit, episode 4 I believe it was, and I said at the beginning of the video that I was having some audio issues. Now I noticed said issues when I went to edit it. There was a strange buzzing that I heard when I spoke, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I had never noticed it before, so I was a little confused because I didn't change anything. So of course I immediately went and checked the other videos that I had recorded at the same time as this one, and I had the same buzzing noise, and I couldn't understand why. I went back to my previous videos, and I noticed the buzzing there as well, but it wasn't nearly as bad. In fact, the buzzing was so not bad in those videos that I never even noticed that it was there. But for some reason, I heard it in this video that I was editing, and all of a sudden it was all I could hear, only buzzing. Now you'll notice that I sound a lot better now, so I did fix it. However, fixing it was a journey. I was searching for ages trying to figure out what would cause a buzz only when I spoke. I decided that it had to be something with my microphone, which would make sense because the microphone that I'm using is 10 years old at this point, 12 years old I think actually, and so is my mixer, so I thought one of the two was the issue. So I started researching a bunch of things that would cause a microphone or a mixer to start causing buzzing. Age, wear, that sort of thing always causes it. There could be a loose wire somewhere, so I tried tightening all my wires and nothing was working. So then I started thinking, well, what changed in the last month or so that could have caused this issue? It wasn't even a month, it was a week-long gap between recording videos, so I couldn't think of what I changed. So then I decided that it might be the heating in my house. We turned the heat on because it got very cold very quickly, and that was the only thing I could think of, and my desk was just on the other side of the wall from the heater in our house, so I figured if I moved my desk somewhere else, I would solve the issue, or at least make it a little bit better. Moving my desk across the room isn't exactly easy, however. I have a lot of stuff and not a lot of space because I do only have a one bedroom, so I decided to rearrange everything. On top of that, I just wanted to rearrange in general anyway because I needed it to change. I need to change my room around every few months or I lose my mind slowly. But also I just really thought it would help, so I got my friend Ian to help me move my room around, get some things squared away, and when I moved my desk across the room, it didn't solve the buzzing. So I assumed that it was the first thing, and it was my mic and mixer, and I was a little bummed out because I can't exactly afford those types of things right now, but fortunately Ian was able to lend me a microphone and mixer, so at the very least I could test and see what I needed to decide on a purchase for. I also want to point out that at this point I had played with a lot of different settings in my computer with my mixer, my microphone, to figure out what was causing the buzzing. I could not get it to go away, so I really thought this was the last resort, was just I needed a new microphone and mixer. So after spending hours and hours rearranging my room, resetting up my computer and everything, I got Ian's mixer and microphone and began mix matching and testing to see which of mine were broken, and it was neither, it turns out. I began by just setting up Ian's mixer and microphone on my computer instead, and they didn't sound great. I don't know what kind of mic and mixer they are, and I'm sure that I just wasn't setting them up right. I have a USB mixer, and these were analog mixers, so it was a little different, and I played around with them for a long time and just didn't like the mic quality. So then I decided to go ahead and plug in my old microphone with the mixer that Ian gave me and try that out, and that gave me the buzzing. Okay, so the buzzing was being caused by my microphone, excellent to know. So I decided to hook my mixer back up and plug in Ian's microphone, except when I did that, I also got the buzzing. And I thought, okay, that's pretty weird, let me try both of Ian's microphone and mixer this time. So at this point, I was absolutely lost. Everything was causing buzzing. I figured maybe it was my sound card, or maybe the wires were messed up in my boom stand, so maybe I could borrow another one of those from somebody and test one of those out. And this is when realization started hitting me back and forth. For one, I decided to use the Windows listen to this device feature that you can do in the sound settings. You can do that for basically any recording device, and listen to it that way. And I was getting a constant buzzing, not just a buzzing when I spoke, which was different than my recording software. That's when I remembered that in Streamlabs OBS you can add filters to your devices, and I had added a noise gate function filter to my microphone. I should really learn how to speak when I tell these stories. So that explains why I got the buzzing when I was talking. It's because the noise gate was blocking out the buzzing the whole time that I was talking, but it didn't explain the buzzing in general. Well, when you Google buzzing and microphone when you talk, you don't get a lot of very good search results. There's nothing there, you can't find anything. Googling buzzing with microphone returns a lot of results. And one of the first results that pops up when you Google that is an issue where when you have your microphone maxed out in Windows to maximum, there is a gain to it. It's basically increasing the gain, and when you increase the gain to 100%, it causes a buzzing. This is very similar to a regular mixer because when you turn the gain up and the volume level up in a mixer, it starts to buzz. And basically what you're doing is when you have the Windows mixer maxed out, you are setting the gain to 100, so anything beyond a little bit of gain on your mixer will start to cause a buzzing. For context, this is what it sounds like right now. So I guess in the process of me maybe unplugging my microphone at some point or moving my mixer around and it coming unplugged, the settings got reset and put it back at 100%, or maybe a Windows update did it. I don't know. I didn't change any settings, but somehow the settings got changed. Now I'm making this sound really simple right now, but you have to understand I spent 3 days straight trying to figure out what this problem was. And you know, my friends were saying, like, I never even noticed until you mentioned it, it's not that big of a deal and all that, but when you notice it, it's very frustrating because you kind of want what you're doing to be really good. Like, I work really hard on these videos, sometimes at least, and I want at least something like that I can control to be good. So when I open up Windows Sound Mixer and set the microphone to 60% volume, and it sounds clearer than the day you bought it, it's a little frustrating. And I'm very glad that I figured it out, don't get me wrong, but why does it do that? Why does it sound like that? So anyway, I was able to get everything fixed. Unfortunately, Potion Permit 4 through 6, I believe, sounds kind of bad. Not the worst. You guys didn't experience the worst of it at all. I was able to go into Premiere and master the sound so that it didn't sound absolutely terrible. I don't know when that setting got reset in my computer too, because I remember a long time ago when I talked into my microphone, I could hear myself very clearly through my own headphones, because you can hear yourself when you talk. But at some point I stopped being able to hear myself, and I guess that's when that setting got changed. But it's been that way for so long, and when I asked someone to join me on a Discord call to tell me if the mic sounded okay after I fixed it, they were like, wow, you sound like 10 times clearer. Like, was no one going to tell me that I sounded bad? And granted, I didn't sound bad, I just sounded worse than I wanted to. I thought that I sounded perfect, and it turns out that I sounded something less than that. So anyway, after the videos come out that already had that recording done, I will be able to have very clean sounding audio for the rest of the videos, and I appreciate everyone watching, and I hope that you're liking the content, and hopefully it will only improve from this point on. Well, that's my story, and this is a clean bungalow. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace!